Welcome back to Midday. We are talking about youth homelessness, of course, an issue that is in the forefront and has been for quite some time. Thanks to Away Home Kamloops and Catherine McParland and her team, of course, really bringing it to everyone's attention as to how serious this really is. Catherine, thanks for being here again.
Thanks for having us here, Tanya.
Absolutely. And Kira, we welcome you back as well. We've had you on the show before. And Danielle, I don't think we've had you on the show before.
Maybe just once.
Just once. Okay, well, I haven't seen you.
Ago.
So Danielle is a team leader with Access Family Resources and the chair of your board, right? Mm-hmm. Excellent. Well, thank you all three of you for being here. Catherine, I'm going to start with you. It is a new year, 2019. We haven't really talked to you about youth homelessness and sort of where we're at with that right now. It's still a problem, is it not?
It's a significant issue in our community. In 2018, we had 117 youth that were referred to us that were without a home and in need of supports. Wow. We've seen some significant trends of young people that are 17, 18 that are not being offered any source of income or support from the Ministry of Children and Family Development. So just looking at how we can bridge those connections and give youth housing first.
Is it mostly focused on, when you say 17 and 18, is that youth that's starting to age out of care? Is that sort of what's happening, or?
At 19, young people age out of care, but what we're seeing is sometimes youth that are experiencing homelessness, the issue is not being recognized as a protection issue. So youth are not being received the services or supports that they need. Right. And so we're really looking at how we can reach that younger demographic and give them supports, because if a young person doesn't have a source of income, they're at extreme risk of being exploited. And so we want to intervene before that damage is done.
Kira, I know that you are the peer navigator for Away Home, and there's a peer navigation program. Yes. Can you talk a little bit about what that is and sort of how that's helping?
So the peer navigation program is designed to help youth and meet them where they're at, to identify goals in education and employment. So with some youth, if they need to get their high school education, we can help with the upgrading process. If they're looking at going into trades or post-secondary, we can connect them with TRU mentors, and we have a bursary as well that is offered. With employment, we can help with job readiness, interviewing skills, and then also finding the right employer and offering supports as kind of a mediator between the youth and the employer to ensure that the relationship is beneficial for both.
So do they just reach out to you and sort of register for that, or how does it work? How do they get to you guys and get to be part of that program?
So as part of our employment and education program, we have an intake form that's part of there. A lot of our youth coming into housing now are being connected with the program to kind of ensure the stability and ensuring that the housing is maintained. And that's actually happening with the Safe Suites project going forward as well.
Yeah, Safe Suites was my next question, and maybe Danielle, you can talk a little bit about that and how that's going.
Yeah, absolutely. So currently right now, basically since the start of Away Home, we have been working on our goal of developing some Safe Suites. And so the idea around Safe Suites would be that for some of the youth who maybe still have some barriers happening in their lives, they might be still struggling with schooling, they might be struggling with not being able to hold down employment or mental health issues, there might be some addictions issues, getting them into housing immediately, somewhere safe that they can be off the streets, where there are very low barriers to getting that housing, because housing for youth is really difficult because people expect you, when you're coming into a living situation, to have everything together. And a lot of these youth don't have that opportunity yet. So the real draw for us with Safe Suites is to get the youth off the streets, having a place to live, so that they can actually focus on the other areas of their lives. Because to be honest, if you are in a situation where you don't have a bed to sleep in and you don't know where your next meal is coming from, nothing else matters.
Right.
So that is our real goal.
Is that a really I don't know if dangerous is the right word, but a concerning time, that in-between stage where, you know, they might be just about to go onto the streets, and it's like if you let them do that, then it's almost like you've lost them. And instead, this kind of, the Safe Suites can kind of intervene before things gets too late. Is that sort of the idea?
Youth are almost at the crossroads where their life trajectory could be significantly impacted if they're provided a safe place to go and access to support so they can gain education or employment. We know that the longer a young person is homeless, the more trauma, the more victimization they experience, the more their physical health deteriorates. We've had quite a few young people that we've lost that have been on our wait list for safe suites, and so there's an urgent need to get this house up and running so that young people can have that immediate access.
Where would this be in our city?
It's going to be on the cusp of North Shore and Bachelor Heights. We have secured a location and we're hoping to open the doors in spring. We're very thankful to our community. We raised over $40,000 with our campout event.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, and the Incredible Interior Savings Bank just sponsored a kitchen for our youth so that young people can learn how to cook and gain those life skills. If young people haven't grown up in a family home, they may have never had someone to show them how to live and how to pay bills, and so we want to make sure that this sets youth up for future success and interdependence.
Absolutely. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. So great to check in with you, of course. Awayhome.ca is the website, and you can get a hold of Catherine or anyone on her team by contacting them through Facebook as well. And you can visit them as well down at your location on Victoria Street. So thanks for joining us, ladies. We're back after a break. Stay with us.